When a member of the annual conference session is recognized to speak, we are asked to give our name, lay or clergy designation, the district to which we belong or are appointed, and our church. So let me start this conversation about the responsibilities of members of the annual conference this way. I'm Martha Stokes, Virginia Conference Lay Leader, 3-Notch District, Duncan Memorial Church in Ashland. The Constitution of the United Methodist Church, which, just in case you don't know, is part 1 of the Book of Discipline. And if you weren't aware that we even have a Constitution until right now, I encourage you to register for the next Lay Servant Ministries polity course that you see offered. Our Constitution outlines the membership and responsibilities of our annual conference session and mandates that there be equal numbers of clergy and lay members. Remember that last word, members. We are not delegates to the annual conference, but members of the Virginia Annual Conference. As laity, we come to this role as lay members in a variety of ways. You may be representing your local church or district. Your service may be determined by virtue of your role on a Virginia conference or general church board or commission. No matter how we've come to be chosen to serve as a lay member of this session of the annual conference, we share the same responsibilities to interpret the actions of the annual conference to our congregations, build the connection between the congregation and all United Methodist churches, and connect the Church of God with the people who are not yet a part of it. We carry out these responsibilities for the year in which we've been elected. So if you are a lay member for this June session, you will also be a lay member for any called sessions which follow. Lay and clergy members of the annual conference all have the responsibility to ensure that we're fully prepared to participate. In advance of the session, read the book of reports and any other pre-conference materials. Do any research which would help you understand the work of the conference and the issues before us. For clergy members, you need to check in with your lay members to make sure they understand the various reports, discussions, and actions that may be before the body, and the implications for the life of the church. And sometimes, lay members, you might need to do the same thing for your clergy partner. Keep in mind that as we vote, all of us, lay and clergy members alike, are obligated to express views and vote as each person feels is best. Form your own opinions on issues and vote your convictions. These days, being prepared means making sure we have the equipment and internet access we need to connect to pre-conference learning and orientation sessions, registration, and that we've attended training sessions if needed. Make sure your correct contact information is on file with the conference office. If you've not already subscribed to our clergy or LaityNet email groups and the Advocate, I encourage you, no, I beg you to go to the VAUMC.org website. Scroll down to the bottom of the page and select your choices to receive our conference email news. You need to participate in your district orientation sessions and watch the videos that will be coming this spring and early summer to prepare us all for this upcoming annual conference session. Remember, your responsibilities do not end when Bishop Halpert Johnson calls the annual conference to a close. A major responsibility for all members of the annual conference is to report back to your charge. You are the connection from your church, district, or board to the annual conference, and from the annual conference back to your church, district, or board. This report may be presented virtually, in writing, or in person as part of a worship service or other time of gathering, in your newsletters, or other means of communication with the congregation. According to the Book of Discipline, this report should be done not later than 3 months after the close of the conference. Be certain to mention major issues raised and any action that might affect the local church. A full written summary of the event and a summary video will be created by the Conference Communications Office. Both can aid you alongside your own notes in making your report. If you are the lay member from your charge and not the elected lay leader, Schedule time with your lay leader to share your experience and report directly with them. If you need more detail about reporting, look in the reporting guide for lay members, which will be in the Book of Reports. Now, one last reminder. Pay careful attention to your email and notifications from the Communications Office about the annual conference session. If your correct contact information is in the database and you've made sure you have access to electronic communications, you will not be able to use the excuse that you've not seen announcements or instructions about everything from hotel reservations and the availability of the Book of Reports to how you can participate in mission service opportunities or invite others to join us for the service of the ordering of ministry. It's your responsibility not to wait until the last few days before the annual conference session to prepare. Until we gather together to sing, "And Are We Yet Alive?" May God be at work in us to prepare our hearts and minds for our time of holy conferencing.